Azorius Mill won the recent Modern Super Qualifier, and my interest was piqued because I thought at first glance maybe it would be the One Ring version that's been running around, where, again, I've said in multiple videos, I feel like is technically better than the Dimir version of Mill running around. But no, it was actually classic Mill player Vinny Torres running through a Azorius Mill list that had a little bit of recursion, some personal favorites of theirs, and just some all good around good stuff. Now, Vinny Torres has been around for a very long time. For those of you who've been playing the archetype for a long time, you'll recognize their name from the 5-0 leaderboards. You know, their MTGO history goes for a while. So this is someone with a lot of experience, and kind of, again, winning the Modern Super Qualifier is so big. The big addition to this list, in my opinion, is not just the Path to Exiles and Prismatic Endings, but the 3 Snapcaster Mages. Now, Snapcaster Mage doesn't allow you to cast Archive Trap from the graveyard for free. Let's just get that out of the way. Very common interaction and a mistake that a lot of folks make. But it does allow you to recur your removal spells. It allows you to, recur your Visions of Beyond and your Preordains, however you might need them. And I think we find 2 things in this absolutely amazing league. First of all, Snapcaster Mage is honestly pretty decent. You can tell how much use you get out of Snapcaster Mage as a blocker, as a recursion piece, and just as an option. Secondly, there actually aren't any Modern Horizons 3 cards in here. Outside of, the reprint of the ever-dreaded Island and Plains, there are, again, no Modern Horizons 3 cards in this deck list. And I do find myself missing cards like Cephalid Coliseum, especially in that one matchup where you'll see, I believe in game 3, or maybe it was game 2. But regardless, enjoy the league and let me know what you think about Vinny Torres' Azorius Mill list. Hopefully starting the league off right here. We're on the play. Double, I gotta do it. It's the greediest type of perfect hand, right? The dream here is, they search, we double trap. Come on, this is the dream. This is the dream hand. The dream greedy hand, not necessarily the nuts, but the dream greedy hand. Oh Lord. We're about to get so punished. Blue, I may just burn this then. Never punished. Never punished. Never punished. All right. I'm playing this out in case I need a Snapcast or something. I'm also like kind of representing counter spells, so there is that. Okay, well then, we'll just play this. No land to, have on top of that, but they're blue with the Utopia Sprawl is real interesting. All right, you're gonna double gut shot the Hedron Crab. Okay. All right. Is this Prowess? Is this Teamer Prowess? I genuinely have no idea what I'm looking at right now, but I'm about to archive trap them, so to think too hard about it. All right, you got an Endurance in there. Pact of Negation, Song of Creation combo. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna hit the Song of Creation. I'm gonna do that, right? You can have your Endurance. I'm gonna do that. Right, so we're gonna hit the Song of Creation, get that out of there. There's 1 Endurance left. They can obviously Glittering Wish. Offer you can't refuse, Pact of Negation. So now they need Glittering Wish. See, they have Summoner's Pact. That's the problem here. The problem with Summoner's Pact, I can't actually archive trap again in good conscience because I'm playing in the Summoner's Pact. Oh no, but the Summoner's, yeah, see, I'm playing into the Summoner's Pact, but then obviously I could just hope and pray. Because you can't Summoner's Pact now, you're gonna lose. You don't have anything to pitch to the Endurance and you can't pay for Pact. So I'm gonna archive trap and hope and pray I actually get the Endurance. If I don't, I get punished. Whatever, but come on, You gotta live for plays like this. You gotta live for plays like this. Obviously, I should have gotten the endurance there. I figured maybe main board they got like 1. Didn't expect the 2. Didn't expect the 2. Figured like 1. You know, we saw the Glittering Wish. Like maybe they have 1 out of the board, whatever. But yeah, they're deep in thought right now as to how to play this. Because again, you can't Summoner's Pact now. There's nothing you can pitch the endurance to. You lose on the swing back, and that's actually kind of the thing here. Well, no, because they can pay for the pact on the turn after. It's fine, especially because of the sprawl, but they can't pay for an next turn. So thinking about how to play this right now, and it's unfortunate we had to use that there. No endurance. We get punished. That's fine. Let them pact. Let them pact. They'll pact an endurance, yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah. Gotta get punished. You gotta get punished. Come on. I went for it. The safe play was not to play it, but come on. It's the dream. So we took out the primary combo piece in the main board, but there's only 3 copies. You know, they're playing Glittering Wish, so we have to expect that they have another copy. Would have been nice before, but oh well. I should not concede, but it's not looking great. So they're pretty much gonna have to take this turn off here. Paying for the pact. We'll take 3, right? What do they top deck? That's the big question. What do they top deck? Nothing to cast, eh? And we can't find our lands, which is really unfortunate because we're burning our visions just to do that. I'm hoping to just get a land and just start uptaking Jace on this endurance here. Perfect. Right? Play this and then just start uptaking Jace on this. That is the plan. So they still have 1 endurance in deck, right? We have to remember that. They still have 1 endurance in deck. They can EE for 1, 2, 3. They can't EE for 4. Yes. Oh, they can EE for 4, actually. You gotta be kidding me. Gotta be for real. You gotta be for real. Okay, so I can't surgically extract the veil. That's not a good decision. Ultimately, that's not a good decision. What we want to be hitting. Yeah, what we want to be hitting. You can EE for 4. What? Okay. Okay. I mean, fair, I guess. I guess beatdown works here. We're gonna throw this out there. It's insane. All right, I guess I'll take the mana. All right, I mean, I'm not dead yet. I can still make the comeback. It's just gonna be a bit of a slog. Because really what I want to do here, what am I really trying to Snapcaster back? They have a random card. Okay, thank the Lord, it's a land. Yeah, let's cast this. Okay, and then what we can do is Glittering Wish is a sorcery, right? So we're gonna do this now because the last thing I need, well, the last thing I need is this getting offer you can't refuse. That's truly the last thing I need. We're gonna black hit the Glittering Wish so they can't, like, they're not grabbing anything out of their board. It's pretty much their only win condition right now is endurance. It's 2 endurances. That is it. How do I beat 2 endurances? That's the question. So I've kind of locked the game down to that. A lot of people in the comments will be like, why don't you just surgical the endurance? Again, I'm not expecting more than like 2, right? Or sorry, more than 1. Honestly, in the main board, I'm truly not expecting more than 1. You're gonna pack for the other one. Fair. You're gonna play it out for the threat. Yes. Okay. So I now have to deal with 2 of them. Okay, so those are your 2 threats. Okay, just put all those back. Like, literally just put all those back. You can strike it rich all you want, I guess. Yeah. Create your treasure tokens. So I can chump 1. This really sucks. So I gotta burn one of these. I gotta find myself a removal spell. That's not a removal spell. I think that's death. Honestly, the endurance beatdown got me, but it doesn't mean we can't bring it back. Doesn't mean we can't bring it back. So what we're gonna do against this matchup, we just bring in these and like path instead of prismatic. And then maybe just take out Tasha's, take out like 3 Preordains. I lied. Maybe not. Take out 3 visions and run it like that. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. What is Hurkyl's Recall for? What is Hurkyl's for? What matchup is this for? I'm actually really curious right now. Come back here. What are you playing Hurkyl's Recall for? That... Like, I feel like there's just better options. What are you playing Hurkyl's for? Tron? Is it that bad? Okay, I'll try it. Because it has like the kind of first aspects of the combo here. So we can preordain a combo as in, you know, kind of these 2 working together with me here. I'm going to actually put that at the bottom, put that on top, draw it. Let's see what we can find here. May just go Utopia Sprawl. So I think our first target is probably, if we can find the endurance, sure. But I mean, it's gotta probably be Glittering Wish. They do have a Grape Shot main. Not a Grape Shot, have the Storm Thing main. The other problem is Veil of Summer here. Veil of Summer really does get me. There's Glittering Wish. Let's grab Hallowed Fountain. There's the Endurance. Field of Ruin is welcome. I'm gonna draw that actually. So I'll hit. I guess I'm supposed to hit the Endurance, honestly. I guess I'm truly just supposed to. Okay, I will surgically extract your. Actually, I lied. If you're forcing this like this, probably. This one's tough. This one's tough. I don't know if I'm supposed to grab Endurance here. Whether I think it's supposed to be. I honestly think it's supposed to be Glittering Wish. I don't think it's Endurance at all here. Yeah, see, they have a Song of Creation available to them. So we take out all the wishes. They can Grape Shot, but then they have to, like, cycle through a bunch of cards to really make that work. They also need to draw a land in all fairness. So they have access to 2 treasure. They don't have that other land here. So they play their 4th land, which is insane, the fact that they drew that. Yeah, Song of Creation. Yep, and then you can, like, Mishra's Bauble to sculpt. Yep. Do you discard your whole hand, or are you just trying to go off now? Okay. I mean, fair. Just trying to go off now? Okay. Okay, you got 7 cards. Fair enough, right? Because you can play another land, yeah. Do you need more than this, though? Don't you need a wait to untap? Or am I just tripping? All right, so you cast Strike It. Okay, I mean, finding a Strike It Rich from your hand is definitely a way to start things off. Yeah. So you create a treasure. You out of your land drops. You can't flashback Strike It Rich. Yeah, I feel like they needed to untap. Right? Like at the bare minimum? I feel like they needed to untap. Because don't they just lose now? Because they cast, yeah, because you cast your counter spell. I don't understand. Why did they try and go off there? It just wasn't correct. They could have just done it the turn after. I like, okay. See, I asked what the point of Herco's recall was, and I'm wondering if I should. But no. Let's just run it with Path. Okay. I'm assuming Jace is probably too slow here. Tasha is honestly isn't the worst thing in the world, but sounds actually fun. Sounds actually fun. Okay. Yo, Pauper Staple Wild Cantor. Yo, let's go. Pauper Staple Wild Cantor. Don't kill me. I didn't know this was modern legal. I didn't really think about this. I suck with the legality of the old sets. I'm not sure if this was a reprint or if the set that this came from actually is like generically modern legal, but I love it. I love it. All right. All right. Fair enough. Glittering Wish. It's got to be multicolored too. Wish can't grab so you grab Song of Creation, so you're kind of like showing your hand right now. So if I can grab Song of Creation out of there, that would be great. So they're kind of saying like I'm gonna try and go for it. Yep. Let's grab Hallowed Fountain. Oh yeah. Pay for this now. You can pack me. All right, Endurance it is. All right, you have Endurance available to you. Are you gonna play it as a beater? So I grabbed 4 Song of Creations. The Glittering Wish I have to assume is functionally dead at this point. Current target blue instant spell. Okay. Sure. Okay. All right, and I have the Soul Guide Lantern ready to just rip. For the Endurance. I actually should have. I wasn't really paying attention to the rest of the deck here, but attack. I'll block. I don't understand. I mean, okay. Cast Endurance. You gonna cast Endurance? Yeah. Goodbye, goodbye. Yeah, you're not getting that value out of it. I might as well. Now my Soul Guide Lantern has that value. So now what I want to do is I want to get rid of the green source here. I believe, generally speaking, I want to get rid of the green source here. Obviously, multiple Field of Ruins actually have a lot of value here. Multiple green sources have a lot of value here. And I do have to be careful of that Pact of Negation. I really do. Okay, Strike It Rich. Yep. No blocks. If I can get their other Endurance in their yard and then like bounce Thing to their hand, that would be ideal here. Then I can like bounce Endurance to their hand, maybe like grab it out or something. Yep. So we're making stuff happen here. Fortunately, this Endurance beatdown is going to go pretty far. It truly is. What's nice, though, is that at worst, like, the Otawara is just going to be able to kind of turn that away for at least a round. Like, they're not going to be able to, you know, they're not going to be able to counter that necessarily here. I actually don't want either of these because I can't start hard casting those. I can't start hard, especially with like a guttural response available to them. Bounce that to my hand, please. Play that. I don't want to lose more life than I need to here. And then worst case scenario, what I can do is get some blocks going because they're not really going to have removal here. Yep. 3 mystery cards. Nice. I will take that for what it's worth. Grape Shot is in there. Grab a Watery Grave so we can start casting Surgical Extraction if we need to here. Okay. Okay, the other Endurance is gone. Okay, Windswept Heath. Snapcaster Mage. I'm throwing this out as an additional chump. I could use Snapcaster Mage to Preordain, but I'm trying to see if they'll react to this. If they'll pack this or if they feel like they can or whatever. I'm just going to throw this out as an additional chump. Yep. Nice. We actually get there. There you go. See? Throw it out. We actually managed to come back in that game. Snapcaster Mage actually coming through. GG's. Good to start this league off on a win, but I don't want to get too excited here because might lose sight of the goal. That was 2 spells, 5 lands, folks. So Not keeping that one. I guess we could have turned... We could have thought of the Otawara as one, but... No. Not my prerogative here. This hand's good. This hand's fine. I think I'm supposed to just drop the Tasha's. Path is generically good. Has a piece of removal. Our opponent is unresponsive. Generally speaking, with this hand, I could actually get super greedy, keep all my mill spells, and drop the Scalding Tarn. Nah. Let's make it happen. Opponent keeps a 7. We're gonna Preordain it away. Let's make it happen. Otawara. Utility land right off the top. I mean, bet. I mean, if we had to protect it from Thoughtseize, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, if we had to protect it from Thoughtseize, I would keep the crab on top of my library. I was like, I was just gonna say, like, the order doesn't really matter, but... Okay, Haywire Might, fair enough. Haywire Might, no One Ring, thankfully, here. Huh? What is this? The creature enters the battlefield. So we're gonna shock this in. It's Yawgmoth. Why are they playing Prosperous Innkeeper though? The worst thing these Yawgmoth players discovered was Fulminator Mage with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. That is truly the worst thing these Yawgmoth players discovered, but I can't blame them. It's good. I can't blame them. It's so good. What? If you control a creature, look at the top 7 cards of your library, then you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, put a creature card with mana value X or less, where X is 1+. Okay. So they get a 2 CMC creature. Right. Birthing Ritual in Modern. All right. So you get a 2Z. You get a 2Z. Does it force you? Then you may sacrifice a creature. Okay. They kind of get a lay of the land. They get a look first, then they choose. What do you want here? What do you want here? From the battlefield. I was gonna say from anywhere. Hello? No. Nothing too crazy. Nice. We're just gonna go island, and I think we're just gonna be able to kind of go mill spell, right? Messenger. Okay, so it's not. It's like Yawgmoth. Like it's kind of Yawgmoth. It's kind of not. Like I'm milling 17 cards next turn, hitting them with the Path to Exile. Can you imagine if they Birthing Ritual into an Endurance? I'd lose my mind. I'd actually lose my collective mind here. Yeah. You want to lose 1 life? Come on now. So much synergy. Yep. And then they'll Birthing Ritual. They can choose, of course, if they want to. Archive Trap is probably the nuts here. Drawing Archive Trap is probably the nuts here. Yeah, drawing Archive Trap is probably the nuts. It X or less doesn't even force you into more. I think we just go Tasha's first. I think we're supposed to go Tasha's first. Right, there you go. So we get more cards out of it. Managed to get 1 Endurance out of there, which is good. I'm imagining that is the only copy of Endurance. Hopefully. What we'll do... I don't even know if I really want to path anything. I do want to pass the Bowmasters. I will say that, because that just allows them to grab threes. So I do want to grab that. Okay. If we can steal game one, yo, Ashiok Dream Render will slap against this deck. But, right. See, now it doesn't really matter because the Innkeeper has come down. And I mean, I'd rather them sack the Innkeeper, I guess. I'll save myself on the life here. Got any basics? No basics to, no Basiques to grab. Nice. Let's do it. We got there. I think it's a weird one. This is a weird one. I mean, they're playing Endurance, so at a base level, I kind of have to bring that in. I feel like Prismatics are going to be good. You know, I can hit up to 3. I'm not killing Yawgmoth, but there's a fair amount of things to remove here. So against this, I think Tasha's probably could be bad. We'll probably take out like 3 visions. I'm bringing a lot. I'm bringing a lot of like anti thing here. I don't know if I'm meant to be bringing in stuff this aggressively. Like, there's a lot here. I think there's a lot of heavy hitters that I want to get rid of. In all fairness, though, Path to Exile could be too aggressive. Path could be for the bigger creature decks, and I'm playing this wrong. In which case, we'll bring in 1 more of each of these. Snapcaster Mage. We'll play the Surgical Extractions. And now I'm wondering if Engineered Explosives is good. Prismatic, 100%. We can get rid of the Chthonian Nightmare. We can get rid of the Birthing Ritual. Chthonian is 2 or 3. I didn't really check. I wasn't really paying attention to that. I mean, I'm gonna run it. They'll probably fetch. I could probably punish something with an Archive Trap. Honestly, at a base level, it's probably just grab Endurance, because then my Soul Guides can just take it from there. Like, this isn't a combo deck where I need to focus on getting the combo. This is a value strategy that's using like combo light synergies to enact their plan here. It's combo light. Sure. So let's do this. They mulled once. We got 1 extra card. Imagine a world of Yawgmoth. I'm supposed to grab Yawgmoth. Yeah, unfortunately, they have the Bowmasters, but that's okay. I think in general, 1 Endurance still. Okay. I may not actually need to bring in the Soul Guide Lanterns then, which could save me on some thing here. If they force a game 2, that could save me on some cards here. So Bowmaster's coming down for me next turn. Honestly, don't want any of these. Was hoping to... I mean, I was digging deep there. I was hoping to grab either a Prismatic, which was my second choice, or a Surgical. Surgical would allow me to Bowmasters right there. Grab the Bowmasters right there. But can't have it all. They drew the Overgrown Tomb. I appreciate the information. Yeah. Okay, so they'll just hold up the Bowmasters to play. Okay. So in response to the Bowmasters, guess I should technically fetch first. Sucks that that's what the archive trap is, but honestly, like, I shouldn't be drawing into a Bullmaster's thing anyway. There wasn't really, I don't know. My idea behind the Yawgmoth was, if I do happen to draw into a Tasha's, it's just like that much better. So it might just be a race situation on the draw. Again, you're just showing me the cards you're drawing, I guess. Like, I mean, yeah, the Accursed Marauder is not going to do much at all. I'll take 3 here. That's fine. Next turn, I'm gonna... I mean, that's pretty nice. I guess on the off chance that I draw another archive trap, I should just Fractured Sanity here. I should just cast Fractured Sanity, and then next turn, got the one of Endurance. If I do happen to draw the archive trap, I can save the Field of Ruin for that. Or a crab. If I draw a crab, it's just that much better. All right, you just keep it to the same, eh? Just keep it in the same cards. I'm a fan. I like that. Keep it in the same cards. What do you wait, what? They did play a Swamp last turn. Okay. All right, Chord for 3. All right, you're getting, I mean, one of the only Endurance you have is gone. And I might as well archive trap here for free value here. Question is, do I archive trap? I don't because if I draw Soul Guide Lantern, then I'll go for it. Otherwise, I just wait. Yeah, otherwise I'm fine. Take 1 here. Yeah, I'm not supposed to archive trap. Ewit for that is unfortunate. That's smart. It's smart. I'm not winning that one. They're just hard cast Endurance. Okay. I mean, no, I'm supposed to. No, I just run it back. I just run it back. Just run it back. Don't get too snippy with it. Don't get too snippy with it. The surgical on the it's probably the loose call. This is fine. The surgical on the Yawgmoth was a loose call. I'll take it. I'll take it. That was a loose call. Okay, play out the crab because we actually have like multiple next turn plays here. At least we're able to start off strong. I wonder what we surgical in this case. Probably Bowmasters. With a start like this, probably Bowmasters. We definitely Prismatic that to slow them down, but we grab Bowmasters. You're going to see a bunch of cards here. So we don't want to yield through everything right now. Right? We don't want to yield through everything just yet. We're going to go one at a time. Okay. 12 cards. I better see 1 Bowmasters. That's all I'm saying. Better see at least 1 Bowmasters. Gotta grab Hallowed Fountain for the Prismatic on that. I better see 1 Bowmasters here. Come on. You're actually lying. You're actually lying. All right. All right. I mean, look, I just don't see a target that's super high value. Unless they force me to use surgical on the Endurance, I'm not using it because it's a 1-of. I'm not using it. It's just really unfortunate regarding the Bowmasters. 12 cards deep. 12 cards deep. I just realized they're above 60, aren't they? They have to be. I mean, all right. This allows me to grab Bowmasters. This has to allow me to grab Bowmasters. Okay, there's the Bowmasters. All right. There you go. There you go. There you go. Get that out of there. Draw my cards. I'm telling you. This game pisses me off. This game pisses me off. I'm telling you. All right, take the Bowmasters. Take the Bowmasters. They just magically brought in the other one. I'm getting Shrek'd. I'm actually getting Supreme Shrek'd right now. That's fine. It's fine. Bowmasters is gone. I don't have to worry about that nonsense. Double endurance though, so I'm happy I didn't take out the Soul Guide Lanterns. We can worry about that another time. Double Crab still allows me to put out a lot of pressure considering their hand as well. So, they messed up their triggers on that. I mean, they're giving me a surgical target, so okay. Fair enough. I guess they just want to grab it back. That's the idea. Okay, cycle this. Because I can't Snapcaster the surgical. Alright, good enough. Okay. So they Ewit the endurance back, which is really annoying, but make it work. We'll make it work. Mortuary. Tower. Ewit. Yes. Gain a life. Look at the anti-burn tech right here. Ewit grabs endurance, sure. I don't even have black mana for this snap. I don't even have black mana for this snap. That's the frustrating part right now. Okay. Do they just hard cast the endurance from there? I can at least block the 2 attacks that they have coming at me, so they're not going to try. Do they just threaten the endurance the whole time? Essentially in the driver's seat. They could aggressively play it out now. I guess they're thinking of, is the 1-of card in my hand a counter spell? They know we're playing Azorius, so they have to generally guess. If they're really thinking about it, they have to generally assume I'm not playing Drown. Not with this mana base. That's if they're thinking about it that deep. All right. Got to keep playing it out, right? We're not going to fetch. I don't think there's purpose to that just yet. Unfortunately, we don't have extirpates. Don't have extirpates. Yeah, that's fine. This does allow me to grab my Watery Grave. I will say that. It gives me a 3rd color. For if they cast the endurance, I can Prismatic. Depends on how they want to play it. So that does open me up to that. Yep. Chthonian Nightmare, sure. Right. From the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. All right. Okay. So you can get a 3 CMC creature or less. That's just value. That's just Honest Red Scene is value. But yeah. Do they want to return anything? Okay. Trying to see if I could grab that other endurance, like. Yep. Just so much value, so much value, so much value. So much value, so toolbox, so toolbox. Oh, all right, fine, fine, fine. There's nothing I'm doing about that. Throw it back in there. That's fine. I can make it happen. Trust me, I can make it happen. Although Ewit is truly my biggest enemy right now. Okay, so we're gonna Snapcaster that. We're gonna play this out. Hopefully no endurance out of there just yet. Okay, so we're gonna Snapcaster. Snapcaster grabs Prismatic Ending, right? And then Prismatic Ending exiles the endurance. 1 black and blue for 3. Exiles the endurance. After that, the Snapcaster can block the Rutstein if we wanted to. We are trying to hold ourselves in this game. Every game we played so far has been such a grind fest. Such a grind fest. Yeah. No cards in hand. Okay, Forest, Ewit, and 2 mystery cards. Hopefully just lands. Hopefully just lands. Ewit does do a lot though. Oh lord. Chthonian Neatmare. Okay, okay, okay. Chthonian Neatmare. Bring back the Marionette. No, actually it can't. No, it can. It's 2. Yeah. All right, Chthonian Nightmare. That actually returning to your hand, actually, I realize is a lot more synergistic than I thought it to be. Geralf's Messenger. That's dumb. Do you have to sacrifice a creature? Oh, value. 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 Opponent, come on. I recognize your game. I recognize your elite game right now. I like legitimately need Jace. That's the only thing I think would work right now. I legitimately need Jace. Yep. Jace is probably my best top deck right now. I mean, yeah, I'm supposed to kill this, but then Chthonian Nightmare just like ends this. So, yeah, like Jace is my best top deck here. Ended up netting 1 damage anyway from it. It's either that or just dodge Eternal. Like, it's either Jace or just continue to dodge Endurance until, like, it's the last card I can mill here. Because another option that I have right now... Can you imagine this game with Orcish Bowmasters out? So next turn, I can mill another... Like, Visions of Beyond is actually a good top deck here, too. Because... Oh, no, I lied. It's not. They can take me to 19. They can go to 19 cards here because they can Chthonian Nightmare, sack Geralf, it returns Geralf, they return Rotstein. Rotstein returns another creature. Like, it's so good. It's truly so good. They can also return Yawgmoth, which becomes a little complicated. I'll take 3. I'll take 3. There just aren't that many good top decks right now. But if they were doing this, it would be that like Orcish Bowmasters would actually be a legitimately good card to reanimate here. A lot of good stuff happening right now. Wondering if we will get a chance to play against Nadu this league, but let's see what happens. What do I call this list? like I don't know, Golgari, Chthonian. Like, where's that other enchantment? If it's in here, it's not in here. All right, yeah, Yawgmoth's the target. You know what? I'm good. I'm just I don't even know what I'm really supposed to do here. I genuinely don't know what I'm really supposed to do here. Like, what is the nuts? They cord for endurance, cord for endurance. They can cord for endurance. I would have banged my head against the wall. They can cord for endurance. They have enough. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. How many endurances did I have to fight today? All right. I deserve it. GG's. Game number 3. Let's see if we can play some faster games. ADHD going crazy here. And we start off with the double crab. I start off on crab on 1. No companion off my opponent's side. They mull. It's fine. Start off on even cards so far. Okay. Ruin crab. Pass the turn. See if we can strike fear into the hearts of our opponent. Maybe this is Nadu. Maybe this is finally the Nadu matchup. I don't believe actually on the channel I've showed a single game against the Nadu matchup. I was playing Nadu Mill a couple weeks back. I don't think I've showed a single game against it. Huh? Mono black, what is this? Regardless, we're about to throw a bunch of things at their face. About to throw a bunch of things at their face. We're about to throw... Oh, it is mono black. Okay, fair enough. It is mono black. We got some soul spikes out of there, which is good. That's like some free stuff gone. Okay. All right. That gets rid of one of them. I mean, okay. Yeah, like... I mean, okay. Gets rid of one of them. On top, put on top. We'll grab a Field of Ruin here. Probably correct. Unfortunate, we won't be able to Visions next turn, but I could actually just throw out a Tasha's. Could actually just Jace, in all fairness, but let's see. See where we end up. Like, yeah, see, well. Yeah, I don't know how good Tasha's really is in this matchup. That's my problem. I don't really know how good that is. Huh? Bro. Why? I mean, all right. There ever was a time... to Jace. I'm assuming it'd be now. Just establish some board presence here. What that does is prevents like another Bowmasters coming down and kind of swinging in with the Orc army. Because the Orc army will then just become a -1/-1. I'd say. A lot of free spells just not working for them. But thankfully, we didn't get griefed. I will say that. We can happily say we aren't getting griefed, but... Who knew? Your land's pitching to grief? Seems balanced. This is a matchup I don't really have a lot of experience with. If at all. Trying to remember, I don't think for the past couple of weeks I've maybe once, but I don't think I have a lot of experience with this matchup. So yeah, it's just mono black. You play some soul spikes for value. That's about it. What do you got for 3? You just want to keep losing cards? I mean, I don't think you want to grief me here. What is that? Oh, okay. I mean, fair enough. Okay. I don't mind. What is this? Sorry, this is a 3/1. Sad life. Okay, it's got to be that then. We will Preordain, see if we can't find a land. That's hilarious. We're gonna bottom both. There you go. There you go. It's like we drew it up. It's like we drew it up. Throw out a Tasha's. Only 7 cards, which I'm not surprised. Considering MDFCs, I mean, Shield Shreds and Necros. And Necro Dominance is an insane top deck. I really just took that in. Necro Dominance is an insane top deck. I guess like the other plan was like Archive Trap. Like keep the Archive Trap, Field of Ruined Visions. I can minus Jace, whatever, but no. Alright, opponent enters the exile zone. You that desperate? That desperate. I mean, fair. Fair. Let's hit this. Grab an island. Yeah, grab an island. It's got to be an island. If I want to cast Tasha's here, it's got to be an island. Grab a Lanes, I guess. I don't really need to cast Visions here. I guess I should if I'm able to. But I don't know if there was a point in aggressively Field of Ruining there, to be fair, against a mono black deck. Kind of just making weird calls here, folks. I'm kind of just making weird calls here. Nice. Take it for what it is. Okay, let's Visions. In this case, we will play this out. We can draw a removal spell towards that. That'd be, you know, be valuable. I can at least block the 1/1 if they don't have one. And we're getting rid of some hitters, I will say. I mean, yeah, getting rid of the One Ring is good here. This is another one of those matchups where, like, the One Ring, for us, the One Ring build is much better. One Ring build is much better. We're able to just kind of play out cards, get some lifelink going. Okay, fair. Yeah, all right. 4 damage again. Pretty sure I'm just supposed to do this, pass the turn, hope for the best. Because it's 4 damage, right? They go to 5. Yep. Do you have an Orcish Bowmasters to win it here? Do you have a Bowmasters to win it? Fair enough. Grief reveals nothing. Can I top deck the win? Archive Trap, Tasha's. That has to be the cruelest joke of them all. The cruelest joke of them all. All right, GG's there. Mono black. I mean, they don't really have an answer to this. I'll say that. They don't really have an answer to that. It's probably going to be a Path to Exile matchup, if I'm going to be honest. You know, all of these. I don't think I'm really interested in Surgical here. And then Tasha's, largely speaking, is pretty doo-doo. As the kids say, doo-doo caca. It's pretty doo-doo caca. But, you know, it's pretty doo-doo caca. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just run it like that. Yeah. This deck is going to have a relatively hard time with Bridge. We'll run it. Big thing is if they grief scam me, they begin with 7. And I think what I'm supposed to do is at least, like, I think I'm supposed to just play out the crab. I don't think it's Preordain and then try and protect a draw or something like that. I think I'm supposed to do this. If they grief scam me, they grief scam me. Like, I don't know, like, how much I'm really supposed to protect against that. Yeah, okay. Fatal Push is fine. That at least does that. Okay, so let's do... Okay. Alright, I was going to say, none of that. None of those cards. We're going to play this tapped, because our fetch line actually doesn't grab anything. What I'm understanding here, all 3 of my fetchables, or my shocks, I should say, are out on the field here. Please don't grief me. Please don't grief me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's Watery Grave. Let's play out an Ensnaring Bridge. Bowlmasters, yep. Yeah, and the next turn, I mean, I'm really emptying my hand next turn. I shouldn't say that. It's like, I can get rid of... I can go down to 2 cards. It's not that much, but the Bowmasters being at 1, pretty relevant. Pretty relevant. And I don't know if they want to grief scam me, in all fairness. Because then I just start casting things. Makes it a lot easier. That's arguably not correct, but it's more damage now. So I don't blame them. More damage now. So this turn, what I'm supposed to do is... Do I shock in that? Ooh. Well then. It's a whole different thing. So now I don't need to shock anything. I can just play that tapped. I got 2 blockers going, which is really great. Right? Right under bridge. And we're sitting pretty. We're sitting pretty here. If they Inquisition or Thoughtseize or grief me, like, I'm not even mad. Because mono black should not be able to deal with this instant, generally speaking, this Ensnaring Bridge. I mean, here's the thing though. That's why I should have the 4-path mainboard is the Shieldred. It's not dealing with bridge, it's just circumventing. So Shieldred is the big one. And I don't mind if they play another Bowmasters. That essentially puts their Orc army at least out of reach. Yeah, Shieldred's my biggest problem. There's no life gain in this deck, which is... In the 75, I should say. In general, there's no life gain. So that's the toughest part. Okay. Okay. Alright. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Inquisition takes my Fractured. That's perfectly fine. Obviously, it's slowing down my clock, but it's also emptying my hand in all fairness. What we will be doing here is Field of Ruin for sure. We will take the Phyrexian Tower. Grab ourselves an island. Yeah, and we don't really want to be drawing land. That's the other thing. Because then we're just taking pings. We just want to be drawing like 1 card a turn. Unfortunately, I did keep in the Visions of Beyond, which... Against Orcish Bowmasters. If my plan is bridge against Bowmasters, it's not exciting. Yeah, they're just gonna try and dig for Shieldred here. This gives them a big clock. That's 16 cards, right? If I draw Visions here, I don't fetch first. Prismatic is helpful. Prismatic gets rid of that. Right? And then we can... Oh, I'm actually being super dumb here. I forgot about the One Ring protection. I'm milling myself. That's fine. I think I got rid of actually a ton of useless cards. Holy. Yeah, actually the Shelldock was the only useful card there. Actually, it might have been... Well, I got rid of 2 paths, but largely speaking, I was drawing dead for a bit. So actually, it might be a blessing in disguise that I did that. Because look, path, Shelldock, Flooded. Yeah, it actually might be a blessing in disguise that I did that. They really need to draw Shieldred here. I did get rid of 2 paths, but the path was like card number 5, 6 that I was drawing. I wasn't getting there. Yeah, see, like, what was I really supposed to do there? Oh, actually, path was the next card I was drawing. RNG getting me here. I did get rid of 3 of my paths. I can Snapcaster though. This One Ring, unless they find another Shieldred, this One Ring will kill them. Not another Shieldred. Oh, actually, yeah, the Shieldred actually undoes all this. The One Ring will not be killing them. Not anytime soon. Okay. All right, that's part of a clock. It's part of a clock. It's not quite there, but I just have to dodge all my draw spells. I had to dodge all my draw spells. Yep. Whenever you draw a card, gain 2 life. Whoa. It's like this is a synergy. Really unfortunate that I mill myself. This is me on autopilot right now. This is me on autopilot. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We can still get there. Yeah, they'll draw their cards out. Another Shieldred. I mean, they can't play another Shieldred. It's just a legendary. Necro Dominance. I don't even know what Necro really does for them, especially against me with the bridge out. What does Necro really do for you? Because you have to be careful about how much you draw too. Because right now, like, you don't even want to draw more than 2. 1 actually, because then that opens you up to like Fractured being a top deck win. You have to be really careful. They do skip their draw step. Just in something I've thought about. How many prismatics do I have? Wait, I just thought about that. How many prismatics do I have? I use 1. Ah, no. That does work. That does work. This is why you play. This is why you play Cephalid Coliseum. This is why you play Cephalid Coliseum. I hope all y'all understand that. This is why you play Cephalid Coliseum. I don't have a way to win now. Prismatic Ending is my best top deck. I can't even play Visions. Vision draws me like I die off of Visions draw. I die off of Visions draw. Is that the only soul spike you have? Nah. All right, GG's. GG's. I'm in off of some Oboro spoilers that I was looking at on my phone. I don't know if this hand's good enough, honestly. This is a weird one. I'm gonna mulligan, no companion. Oh wow, it got worse. I hate it when you just lose to your own mulligans. Drop a Jace. Alright. Alright. Game number 4. See if we can't bring it back. 2 losses in a row. Stomping Grounds. Is this Ponza? Oh, Lord, it's Prowess. Okay. Okay. Oh, Lord, it's Prowess. We are definitely supposed to just play this out. IMO, we're supposed to just play this out. And then we just block. We can't take the free damage. We make them cast the spell into the crab. 100%. 100%. I'm here for it. Use a spell. 100%. Yes. Create a monster roll token. Get out of here. What is that? Permanently? Yo, wait. What are these cards? Okay. Still taking the damage anyway. It doesn't matter. Yo, someone clip that. Permanently? Nah, I'm dead. Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm gonna lose this game. I'm gonna get shreked. I'm actually gonna get shreked. Okay, so next turn we Field of Ruin. They at least put like 1 or 2 spells into the yard. We Field of Ruin, Archive Trap, Visions. Woo! We spun our wheels. Okay, all right. We don't have to work too hard. Okay, they at least fetch. We don't have to spin our wheels too hard here. So we don't fetch. We don't Archive Trap them yet. The last thing we need is to feed them any lava darts. Yeah, last thing we want is to feed them any lava darts. Bolt it is. All right. I'm at 11. What do you got for me? All right. Okay. I'm at 8. Exacxies. All right, we're just not ready. We're just not ready. This isn't a list for it. E for sure. E for sure. I don't think this is supposed to be a surgical matchup at all. I think Snapcaster is fine, actually. Yeah, because we definitely want it for removal. I think Preordain. Maybe just drop all 4 Preordains. Yeah. We kind of want to dig, though. I'll go... No, hold on. I'll go 2 and 2. And then run it. I don't really want to be drawing that many cards under the bridge, though. I have to be careful about that. So I'll run it like this. It's one thing to be said that we could play Jace to minus. Ooh, when hands are this bad. When hands are this bad. Okay, we're gonna run this, drop a field, because we have the Preordain. So. Oh, no. Literally neither of these. I know that's removal, but I need a land. I need my 3rd land. That's crazy. We looked at the top 3 cards of our deck so far. Nothing. No land. Okay. All right. Shrek me. Absolutely Shrek me. Preordain again. Bet. Okay. All right. So what we can do, because we don't want to Ensnaring Bridge early. Oh, we are allowing the engineered explosives to get insane value, I see. We're allowing the engineered explosives to get insane value. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, they can't really play around engineered explosives in all fairness. Okay, so next turn we can, yeah. Yep, commercial district. Lava Dart in the yard, okay. So let them attack first. Blocks. Destroy. Yep. Pass right through. I'm like 90% sure, because I can convert this into a second blue. This is a trick. If I don't draw a land, this is a trick that a lot of people actually don't know with this card. So you can Ruin Crab here, and I can actually play these both out. So what we can do is we can Field of Ruin, bounce the Oboro. Sure, that's a bolt on my crab, which is great. So Field of Ruin, bounce the Oboro, play the Oboro again, and then you see how that kind of converted my Field of Ruin into a blue source. It's a funky little trick. Funky little trick. I do it, it happens every so often, but it does matter in situations like this. Double bolt in my crabs is a beautiful thing, because those bolts are now spells that are not circumventing my bridge, which is great. Like 90% sure I'm supposed to do this. Try and find another land. Bounce this, play this. You might as well, right? Like, it's just for the bluff. We can't seem to find another land, which isn't great, because we need our white sources. Obviously, I can, like, okay, if I need to next turn, I can Field of Ruin into a Plains. which doesn't look like I'll need to do. I'm just gonna play out bridge. They don't have any threats. We'll just play bridge. If they have an answer to this, they have an answer to this. I think this is probably like, if they had an answer to anything, they would probably, like, out of mill, if they have experience with the matchup, they would expect bridge. Okay, there's just draw going. They're not drawing any threats, which is a beautiful thing. So we're gonna grab ourselves a plains. I forgot about that. I forgot about that play. All right, fair enough. We just got Shrek'd. I forgot about that play. All right, fair enough. I was hoping to plains, tap the plains, Oboro to my hand, play Ruin Crab, like get everything done there. But yeah, I forgot about the lava dart kind of protection there. That's unfortunate. All right, well, I'll do that again. Just double check the yard this time. Grab a plains. Bounce this to the hand. Play this out. I'm being dumb. Y'all, I'm being so dumb. I'm actually just being so dumb. I can't even think. I can't even, like, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Like 2 seconds here. Opponent having to go to discards at some point, but when I tell you your boy is being dumb. When I tell you I'm being dumb. I can at least hold up Path to Exile. Just ignore me. My opponent is doing nothing. At this point, just act like I'm trolling. Just pretend that I'm trolling here. Bolt is fine. That is 3 lightning bolts that went in my crab. All right, opponent. Nothing. I love it. Let's do this. Grab a blue source. Yo, it's actually mad desperate. Nah, it's actually high key desperate. It's high key desperate. Nah, this one, it's high key desperate. Like, all right, fine. Don't cast your questing druids. At this one, it's high key desperate. Like we're both just staring at each other. Like this has to be a joke at this point. All right. It's such high key desperation. Like, all right, like whatever, like actually whatever. It's such high key desperation. Like, yo, like, yo, you gotta win the game at some point too. Like, come on now. This has to be like the dumbest match. All right, slick shot, whatever. You're gonna cast it for free later. Oh, so much funny, so much funny. I ain't playing my Snapcaster Mage. Just get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm playing them. All right, play this. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, I got to play one. All right, play your slick shot. Real slick, real slick. All right, stomping grounds. So much funny. So much funny. If you're this far in the league, please comment down below. So much funny. Because opponent, like, they must feel so proud of themselves. This is so much funny, haha. All right, opponent. Can you somehow do 15 damage to me? Flying in haste from the slick shot. This card is crazy. They couldn't call this mega prowess or something. It's not prowess. You're not getting like a toughness boost, so yeah, you're not getting a toughness boost, but doesn't die to bowmasters. Doesn't die. They knew they knew how to balance them. Doesn't die to Bowmasters. They're thinking, they're like mathing it. They're like, yo, path to exile. Like, what do I like? They're just thinking, they're thinking so deep. Veil of Summer would be, well, Veil of Summer doesn't help you actually. All right. All right. Okay. Need one more at least. What? Yo, wait, it can't attack! No, wait. Why can't it attack? Right, because of the bridge! I'm actually dead! Wait, I actually thought one of their spells did that. No. Yo, this game is so bad. We're both actually terrible. Like, both of us are actually god-awful Magic players. Oh, I'm dead. I'm actually dead. Both of us are terrible Magic players. See, it made up for it. It made up for it. Oh, lordy lord. I don't know. At least we get an extra card. I don't know. That. No, I'm dead. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. They brought in 66 cards. Get out of here. Opponent's trolling at this point. Opponent is high tier trolling, but all right. Honestly, I'm fine with Path. You know, Snapcaster's in there too, so I'll get an archive trap off and everything. Like, yeah. Let's shock this in. If they don't deal too much damage, I'm pretty open to just taking it. Because then the turn after I can snap Path. Like, I'm pretty okay with just taking this if they don't do too much here. Yeah. Exactly. If it's just one, perfectly fine with me. Okay. We'll Scalding Tarn. Save the Flooded Strand for if we need to grab another white or whatever. Pick your poison. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. All right. Double bolt it. Grab a Hallowed Fountain because I'll need the path now. I'll need the path now. Sure. Add opponent. Make it happen. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. Are you? Not a big fan of that. All right, opponent, make it happen. Make it happen. Bolted my crab. Bolted my crab. I get an archive trap off of here as well. All right, not yet, not yet, not yet. Let's see if you want to keep it on top. You don't? Well, you're gonna lose one more then. One more card than needed. Underworld Breach, right? I completely forgot this was a card in this deck. But I guess that's one of those cards where like it's like for the turn they quote unquote go for it. So, yep, that's a scary card. I'll take two. Might be a little controversial. I could have pathed there, but I'll take two. Now I will path this. I didn't want them to cast like a protection spell and then they gain prowess. Like, I'm trying to think about like what I'm playing around here. Ensnaring Bridge is good. I'll play that next turn. Hopefully I can just draw lands from here. Because I gotta keep myself low. Sure. Sure. Okay. Okay, I will fetch here. Grab myself an island. Snapcaster Mage with this mana. Snapcaster grabs Path. I'll go to blocks. What this essentially does is if they let this through, right? Like, so if I go to blocks here, they have to spend a spell to save this. They kill my snap, I path. I get a card out of their hand and I get their threat. And it's kind of the same thing for me here. So we go to blocks. We go to blocks. And then if they decide to let this combat, like this whole situation go through, okay. So in this case, what I do is I save my path to the end of turn. And I path this. Then I think what I'm supposed to do... They have no threat. I genuinely think I'm just supposed to Tasha's here. Like, it's like a big opening for me. 25 cards. I mean, look, I'm presenting lethal next turn. This is why I went for the Tasha's instead of the bridge. They have no threat right now. If they had a threat, probably would have just Ensnaring Bridge and hoped they only had like sorcery speed stuff. But okay, no fetchables. Good. So at this point, win this turn or I win next with my Tasha's, because it gets around Veil as well. So let's see what happens here. Oh Lord, I literally almost just passed through my turn. I didn't even realize they passed the turn. I literally did not even realize that. Oh Lord. Okay, all right, GG's. GG's. Whew. Okay, we were able to get there against Prowess. Okay, a little bit of smart thinking. Snapcaster actually coming through in a big way here. GG's. I would love to play first. We'll keep this hand. It does stuff and things. We'll keep this hand. It does stuff and things. It's got pretty islands. Does pretty things. We're 2-2 going into this. Fingers crossed. Let's keep our hopes up here. We can maybe make it back. Actually, it's getting pretty hot in this room too, so I'm gonna change up the sweater. Blood Crypt. Burning Inquiry. Hollow one. Nah. Not in 2024. Not in 2024. Oh lordy lord. Okay, all right, fair enough. I lost my crab to that too. I lost an archive trap. Burning Inquiry. All right, let's grab a Hallowed Fountain tapped. Looks like this is just gonna be one of those like race situations. I'll take the 4 here. my old stomping grounds comes back and here to haunt me, I guess. Grixis, hollow one. Okay, well, I have no choice. I have no choice. I have no choice. We are going to just, in this case, we'll throw out the Tasha's first. I believe that is correct in this sequencing. 13 cards, honestly, that's fine with me. That's fine with me because I have lethal in 2 turns. Can they be faster than that? That is the big question. I think they can. Bowlmasters, not necessarily faster. Not necessarily. Okay, I'm a fan of that. Okay, 4 damage. So you got to be able to deal 4 next turn. Otherwise, I have it. That helps. That helps, I will say. That slows down the clock for them a lot. So now I have lethal for sure. I believe. Unless they have drown. Drown in the lock is a thing, but if they drown, that means they generally shouldn't have lethal? Okay. 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 They got 7 at me. We'll path this. Yeah, see, now they're going to hold up drown. Now they're going to hold up drown. Two drowns in here? 3 drowns in here. What are the chances the last card in their hand is a counterspell? What are the chances? What are the chances? If it's Spell Pierce, I can play around it. Oh, if it's Psychic Frog, I win. Force and Negation, though. No, well, they have 1 card in hand. I mean, just in case. All right, GG's. We managed to just mill spell, throw. Like this is just Grixis, you know, Hollow Frog. Grixis Hollow Frog. Okay. We were able to kind of meme out there. That's pretty good. I think this is the type of matchup where Ensnaring Bridge could be the GOAT. So let's do that. Tasha's feels kind of mid, not gonna lie. Prismatic Strands, maybe not. We'll bring in Path. I feel like Surgical is perfectly fine. If Bridge is our plan, we'll take out Visions. Honestly, we'll take out all Visions. Just play Prismatic. I don't think there's really an argument for Soul Guide Lantern. I was asking earlier what Hurkyl's Recall's for, but I'm not playing Hurkyl's Recall. I'm not playing Hurkyl's Recall against Hollow One. That's that. No. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. Not at all. We'll run this. There's actually no removal. I don't know why I chose to run this hand. I genuinely don't know why I chose this hand, but okay. Thoughtseize, fair enough. Thoughtseize takes my crab, probably. I was gonna Shelldock anyway, but Thoughtseize takes my crab. They probably Psychic Frog next turn. Something I gotta think about. That's flying too. That's not fun. I mean, Snapcaster's a fair take here. I definitely know him crab on one. Bridge is a great piece here, actually. I think if I'm that late in the game, Archive Trap is the pick here. So we'll put Archive Trap underneath that. Honestly, if they Burning Inquiry me here, get rid of the Fractured Sanity, Hedron Crab, give me some land. Fractured Sanity spell and give me some lands. I'll be down. Drown is, of course, a thing I have to worry about. If I'm worried about Drown in the lock, I don't play Fetch, because then they counter my spell, or they kill my crab, and that's another spell in my yard. Another card in my yard. So if I'm worried about Drown, I don't play Flooded Strand. Yeah, I don't play Flooded Strand if I'm worried about Drown. Imagine this is just Bowmasters regardless, but next turn. If I'm worried about Drown, I don't, you know. Kolaghan's Command is probably the biggest slap in the face I could play against in this deck. Kolaghan's Command, destroy Bridge, return Bowmasters. Like, that's a play. That's a play. Okay. Fair enough. Yep, so at this point, what I'd go is Field of Ruin and Ensnaring Bridge, and they can't drown this. Yeah, they can't drown that. And now I just have this out. So if they start playing anything massive, like Hollow One is probably not going to be a great plan for them here. Then after that, I don't know. I don't know how I want to really play this. I kind of have to go Flooded Strand into Island to just cast Fractured Sanity, because I don't really have... Cephalid Coliseum is kind of funny. Not gonna lie, Cephalid Coliseum is kind of funny. Okay, take into a turn. Fine with me. You do have Threshold, though. Deep Analysis. You making me draw two? Gonna say. Cast this because I also have to get to my my archive trap here. Like they go to 32. My turn, I can go land, Field of Ruin. I think I go land, Field of Ruin, Snapcaster. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if that's actually correct though. Because I could just say like, oh, I'm presenting lethal again. I could go for the same line I had last time where Fractured Sanity, and then it's if they don't counter it, but still, let's say if it resolves Fractured Sanity, then they go down to 28, 18 cards. They draw a card to 17. Archive Trap is near lethal. It's again, excuse me, it's not lethal. It's near lethal, but it's something. I don't actually know if Surgical Extraction is a good card against this matchup. But what did I sideboard out? Like, I guess Prismatic just has more value than Surgical. Like when I really like talk it out to myself, like, yeah. So I'm getting honed in. I'm like, okay, there are key targets that I want in here. Like Orcish Bowmaster is really problematic. It's a free spell underneath Bridge. Okay, let's take the red source. Let's take the red source. They probably have a basic island, so it doesn't really matter, but like, I guess like in general, the red source is probably just a better take for us. We'll pass through from there. And what I'll do at the beginning of combat is I think I will just play out Snapcaster Mage. Because then next turn I could go land Fractured Sanity. Hopefully spell. And then I'm at 0. Fair enough. Cycle your hollow one. Less cards in deck for me to deal with. Snapcaster Mage. It's like if they were to remove this, it's one less card for them to discard to the Psychic Frog. So it's like kind of functionally doing what I needed to do, but I would really like to kill its Orcish Bowmasters. You go to blocks, or can I kill the Psychic Frog? All right, perfect. That's one less card for them to discard to the frog. Okay. Didn't really think about that. Did not really think about that. So I want land spell, right? Like if I had the perfect situation here, I would want... It would probably be... I'm taking 3, right? I'm going to 9. 8, 7. And then down to 3. Yeah. I'm so close to lethal here. Oh no, I take Xaxes here. I take Xaxes here. Oh wow. Yeah, Cephalid Coliseum with Orcish Bowmasters. Cephalid Coliseum with Orcish Bowmasters here. I take Xaxes. Yeah. I forgot like that boosts itself. Yeah. You had lethal though. I don't understand. Why didn't you? You like actually had lethal though. I don't understand. Oh, okay. Yeah. That works. Pretty good with Bowmasters. I'll give it to you. Yeah. Pretty good. Okay. So yeah, probably in general better than surgical. Maybe just bring in the Tashas here. Yeah, that's it. Pretty good. I'll give it to them. Maybe just the extra piece of removal there. It's not like we would have drawn it or anything based on how we drew it up, but I do like this. So we could get Thoughtseize, which is perfectly fine. Can't. You gotta keep your keepable hands here. We'll go top and just draw this. Yep. Steam Vents. All right, let's do this. Why not? Might as well get my value out of it. I think anyway. Like I don't know. I think. All right, you got a haul one? No. All right, love it. Ooh. Okay. All right. This is why like Hollow One. It was a deck that lost to itself. It was a deck that lost to itself, and it was one of those things that it presented this like value proposition of like, yo, I could either win the game like on turn one, or I could just nothing. You know, like just one of those decks. Blood Crypt, you fetched. Perfectly fine with me. Drown in the Lock on the Crab. Archive Trap to your noggin. Land Tashas? Come on now. Land Tashas. Oh yeah. This is what dreams are made of right here. This is what dreams are made of right here. I don't even care about the bridge. Show me the lethal. Show me the lethal. Come on now. Opponent. Show me the lethal. Yes, we 3-2 the league. Let's go. That feels good. We're able to kind of bring that one back there. Snapcaster Mage actually providing big value for us in this league. But in many ways, I did miss some of my Modern Horizons 3 options. I did miss some of my options. But Azorius Mill, regardless, I think the biggest winner here was Snapcaster Mage. I'm not gonna lie. But that felt good. That was good league.